We are going out of order tonight so that we can do the CON and then let the stenographer leave. So we're going to start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ron Smith, CON.
We're here to vote on the Ogdensburg Volunteer Rescue Squad Incorporated CON. Let me give you the timeline. Application received 9/6/16. Applicant was notified informally of missing items. 9/14/16. Applicant supplied needed items. 9/19/16. Application deemed complete. 9/22/16. FNC 3778 with resumes, and 3777 sent to DOH Dana on 9/26/16. Public hearing notice mailed, that was done by the office 9/26/16. Paper notice ran 9/27/16. Public hearing at, I can't pronounce that one, the Vicky's Visitor Center, Ogdensburg, 7 p.m. on 10/20/16. DOH approved the FNCs and sent the report on 10/4/16. Transcript received 11/4/16. Public hearing officers report received 11/4/16. CON committee makes decision for recommendation 11/4/16. Application vote for approval is tonight 11/7/16. This is a well put together application for expansion. Wording of the motion. The motion is hereby made. This comes as a seconded motion from the CON committee. The motion is hereby made to approve the CON from Ogdensburg Volunteer Rescue, Inc. for expansion in the town and village of Morristown, town and village of Waddington, town and village of Hammond, town of Malcolm, and town of DeKalb in St. Lawrence County as described in their application, as they have proven need as defined in DOH Policy Statement 0606 and Article 30. Any discussion on this CON? Seeing no discussion, I guess a roll call vote is in order.
First, I need to see if there's any conflicts of interest, Ron.
Excuse me, yep.
Any conflicts of interest, Dave?
Conflict of interest. I own Seaway Valley Ambulance, which owns territory that's being voted on.
Okay.
I have a conflict of interest. I am Chief of Emergency Services for Ogdensburg Rescue, for which I'm financially compensated.
So we have one conflict of interest for Dave Sherman, one for Ken Gardner. Any other conflicts of interest? Per our bylaws, it states that we're supposed to vote whether we feel those are a conflict of interest or whether they should have a right to vote on this. It does state if it's not a fiduciary, then they could probably vote, but it sounds like they're both fiduciary. So all those that feel Dave Sherman should keep his conflict of interest and not vote, raise your hands, please. So the rest of you are saying he can vote on this?
I don't see why I can.
Pardon me?
I don't see why I can.
He owns,
But he's not going to financially benefit from this CON expansion.
he has a financial interest in some of the area.
But not on this CON, he
But is
doesn't.
he going to gain money from Ogdensburg Rescue
He
expanding their
can lose
territory?
money from it.
Right.
I don't see an issue with it, personally.
Okay, so it looks like the motion, Dave, you're allowed to vote. It didn't carry. Ken Gardner, all those that feel Ken Gardner should not be able to vote on this CON, raise your hand, please. Motion carried. No, you can't make them vote, he can still abstain, but it's, our bylaws state that they have that right. If there's no further discussion, Then we will ask Dave Sherman to do a roll call vote.
Dave Allen. Justin Astafan.
Aye.
Charlie Brennan.
Yes.
Raleigh Churchill.
Aye.
Jim Devers.
Aye.
Mark Devers.
Aye.
Debbie Foltz.
Yes.
Ken Gardner.
Abstention.
Larry Gerard.
Aye.
Mary Kleinhans.
Aye.
Walt Lehman.
Yes.
Bob McKenzie.
Yes.
Bob Meyer.
Yes.
Carol Lynch.
Yes.
Dave Sherman abstained. Bobby Simpson. Yes. Debbie Singleton.
Yes.
Ron Smith.
Yes.
Dottie Suter.
Yes.
Roll call complete. 17 in the affirmative, 2 abstentions. Motion carries.
Motion carries.
Congratulations on your expansion.
And we will get the rest of the paperwork scanned and sent to the state this week.
Thank you.
If there's nothing else, we'll conclude and this portion, and we'll let the court stenographer finish up her things and let her leave at this point. Thank you. I would like to ask that any expenses associated with this CON, if you could please get them turned in the next 2 weeks. I would like to close this out. I don't want these they drag out too long sometimes getting them paid. So I want to make sure, get me the invoices, I'll approve them, and I will get with Dave and we'll get them processed. So,
I'd like until the end of the month.
pardon me?
I'd like till the end of the month.
You can have them till the end of the month, end of this month,
Yeah.
end of November, that's fine. We'll move on then. Review of previous minutes and approval. Any changes? Dave Allen makes a motion to accept the minutes. Seconded by Larry Gerard. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? So carried. Treasurer's report, Ann sent it out earlier for Dave. Dave, do you have anything to add to that?
Accounts balanced, and talked to John at the CPA. He was a little slow with getting the paperwork. So as soon as I get the taxes, they'll be sent out. They're supposed to be down here last week. Once we get that done, we'll finish the QuickBooks version.
I'll call John tomorrow for you.
After last week, I was
Do we have a motion to accept the treasurer's report as presented? Do we have a second? Second. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? I'm sorry. Mary Kleinhans?
Seconded by?
Larry Gerard?
No, we're not.
Oh, I'm sorry, Carol.
Sure.
Thank you.
I'll go slower, I'm sorry. Moving on to enforcement list, we have one card revoked effective 10/5/16, assessed a civil penalty of $5,000 for violation of 10 Part 800.16A1 and 800.16A4, John Huey from Depew, New York. Again, revoked and a $5,000 penalty. We have 3 letters from New York State from Joe Farrell, where agencies, BLSFR agencies submitted their paperwork and their code remains valid and active. Rutland Volunteer Fire Department, Belleville Volunteer Fire Department, and DeFarriot Fire Department. We have one agency that they've sent a 3rd request to, and they still have not submitted it, and that is Chameau Fire. So they've indicated this is a 3rd one, and if they don't hear from them by 11:15, then they're going to yank their...
Can you give me a copy of that, and I will contact their chief?
They have the paperwork almost completed, they're just, or they have the paperwork all completed, they're awaiting signature. I told them to leave it at Samaritan if they couldn't get there to bring it to me. And so I've been working with them. They just gotta get me the paperwork or get it to Sarah.
Any other correspondence? Committee reports, Remsco and CMAC. I don't believe there's been a meeting, so.
The next meeting is January 10th.
REMAC.
All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is put up the motions that I just had. So the first motion was we did a lot of discussion at the REMAC about the new protocols coming and working on the minimum equipment list. And one of the things that I've noted doing ALS inspections is that everybody's dopamine will be expiring at the end of the year, and we will be moving to using norepinephrine. So a motion was made to allow agencies to complete online training to replace dopamine with norepinephrine at the end of the year. That comes as a seconded motion from the REMAC.
Any questions? All those in favor?
I think Jim Beavers did it.
Very second.
Oh, yeah, did.
Opposed? Abstentions? Can people read this where we have it? Is this okay?
it's very
Good, very good. Okay, second one.
So the second one was a motion to move ahead with the RSI protocol program as written for 18 years of age and up with rollout of the new protocols. The policies, et cetera, have been worked on extensively by the committee and sent out to everybody.
Any further discussion? Mark, anything you'd like to add, or Jim, that you'd like to add to that?
Any questions on it?
They put a lot of work into this. No questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? One opposition? Abstentions? So carried.
The rest of it's covered in the name pretty much, right?
Okay, go right into yours.
Huh? Sorry about that. This will be quick. Take me long to pull it up, I don't have to do the report. Okay, so again, we've completed our first quarter report at the program agency. We completed an abstract for a pain management study as required by our healthcare deliverables. I do want to put a big shout out to JCC and all the folks there. They have worked diligently and really hard, and they will be on the agenda for accreditation in August. Great job by everyone for making this happen, including past, present students, the folks on the paramedic advisory board, and just everybody who was involved with this. We all met with the creditors, and it was a good show. So this is important for our region and exciting, and Janine is actually the folks that have actually put a lot of hard work into this. I completed a new minimum equipment list for the ambulances that was reviewed extensively at the REMAC, and we'll be moving forward to that. We do need a motion to approve Richville DeKalb's downgrade. Comes as a seconded motion for their level of care to change from CC to AEMT. They're an AOSFR.
Any question on Richville DeKalb? Boy, that's a request to downgrade from CC to AEMT. It's going to be a quick meeting tonight. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions?
somewhere I lost my slide on this, but Carthage, there's a seconded motion for change of their medical director from Dr. Pichelle to Dr. Maury Speakman at Carthage Hospital.
Any questions on Carthage's request for change? They had to get a new medical director because theirs left, so. Barring no discussion, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions?
Okay, the modalities, there's the list up there of things that have come in. We have a seconded motion to approve 3 Mile Bay pending receipt of their limited lab license for BLS blood glucometry and Richville DeKalb ALSFR for Narcan.
Any questions? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? So carried.
I did a ALS inspection at Richville DeKalb, ALSFR. I did South Jefferson Rescue and Town of Watertown Ambulance since our last meeting. A certified letter was sent to Beaver Falls, Turin, Lyons Falls, notifying them of the decision at the last meeting that they needed to submit their application for license for controlled substances to the DOH by December 31st. They've been working with the state to get Norfolk's up and running. They have their license, but they have not been approved yet, or have their safes inspected yet, so we're working on trying to get that done. There's all the EPCR agencies. The only new addition is Red. 3 Mile Bay is now also in the process. Guilfoyle is looking like potentially maybe December 1st, which will be awesome. And Star Lake and Wellesley Island continue to be moving towards EPCR. Spring Fling, I updated the vendor registration paperwork, handed out a bunch of it while I was down at Vital Signs. Updated the online registration site, so now I just have to send that link out to the vendors who want to register via credit card online. And we've already received 1 vendor registration. I completed a training at Briar Hill. End of report.
Any questions for Ann and the program agency? Moving on, executive committee. We had an executive committee meeting on the 27th. And that's where the Pledge of Allegiance came from, because they started doing that at Remsco, and we felt that we should follow suit with that. We spent quite a bit of time looking at our membership and trying to break down the affiliations to make sure that we have the diversity, and we've got a little bit more work that we need to do on that. We're trying to follow the format to review approval of seconded motions so that you can read them and make that a little bit smoother. I'm working on SurveyMonkey to identify topics to start our regional calls, and my hope is to start those after the first of the year. So we will be having another meeting, so we have some more things to discuss. Training and Ed.
Training and Ed met tonight at 6 o'clock, and we have been tasked to write test questions for the section of the new protocols. So everybody on Training and Ed is going to do up to 10 questions each on at the AMT level, critical care level, and the paramedic level, and they'll have those questions emailed or given to me by December 12th so that I can go through them, and then we'll have a test bank of questions from that area. Any questions? That's my report.
Well, you did the norepinephrine.
Oh, I didn't want to talk about that till I did.
But you did.
Well, okay, I started doing norepinephrine. That's another protocol. And what I did is I came up with a formulary on it, and I came up with a 10-question quiz on it. And now that it's been reviewed and okayed, I will come up with a PowerPoint presentation to go with it, and that'll be done online.
Any questions for Training and Ed? Ron, CON.
Yeah, we have another one. Governor Rescue Squad Incorporated. I didn't think to bring the timeline, to read off the full timeline, but their application was approved, it's complete, 10/27. The public hearing is 2 weeks from tonight, the 21st, with a snow date, 22nd. The notice has already been sent out, I guess it's on the website, already posted. The resumes and all that have been sent to the state for review. And I'll turn to Mark from that earlier conversation, keep it going. Okay?
So with that being said, I have scheduled our next meeting for December 12th. It will be a special meeting just to do this vote.
December 12th?
Is that what we decided, Ron?
I thought it was the first Monday.
Gotta
No.
have time enough to get the transcripts and stuff back.
Okay.
So December 12th, 7 o'clock. It is imperative
I don't
that,
have when the application was received in front of me. Will we be within the 60-day?
from when
It
you,
was 10-something.
when you
the
deemed it
second one.
complete? Yes. It was it.
No, the 60 days starts from when it was received.
Right, but when the second application was received,
Yeah,
it was 10, it was,
It was vital signs. It was the Friday of vital signs.
16 or something like that is popping into my head.
yeah.
okay.
I don't, unless you found this letter.
It's not on the letter.
So it is,
It'd be 10/12, because it was 15 days after you deemed it complete on the 27th. It was 15 days after it was submitted, but it deemed complete, so it'd be 10/12.
it wasn't deemed complete because you were still doing it when I was at Vital Signs. I talked to you that Friday at Vital Signs.
No, but we go by the time we received the application.
But he had to pull it back and give you more information.
Right.
And that
The
was,
date- The date that we received it is the
I'll
date
tell
we're
you-
going.
that would have been the 21st of October,
Okay, then we're good.
because that was Vital Signs. It was that Friday of Vital Signs. Pardon me?
Tell you in a second. I have the scanned copy with the date stamp on it somewhere in this mess.
So it is important that we have enough people here to do that vote. There is a fee to have the court stenographer come and all that, so it's real imperative that when we send this out and we say we need to know if you can come or not, that you respond so that we can make sure that we have enough. So we will send that out probably in the next couple days as a reminder that it's,
October 14th.
that was the second one?
The second one was October 14th.
Oh, okay.
So the question then is, if we don't have a quorum for the 12th, and the 60 days is December 14th, so we really have to have a quorum on the 12th. Is there any, I would ask the question, is there anybody here who doesn't believe they can make it on the 12th? I know it's a month away, but we really have to have that quorum.
The second issue is snow.
I understand that, but I can't do anything about that. I think, I'm just looking to make sure that if we wait until we take a online account of who can be here, if our 60 days is the 14th, that's only 2 days later.
Can't possibly do it earlier, so then
We have to give the court stenographer time. We have to get this report that they have to do. And then we have to get the hearing officer. The hearing officer doesn't do his until he gets a copy of this. Mark can pay more to have it done sooner, but I don't think that's a fair expense to accommodate us. So that's why I give them the full, they have 10 days. And I don't think it's fair that, and it's a substantial amount of increase in money, like $400 or $500 more to get it quickly. So, you have to have, unfortunately, those pieces of the puzzle there.
So
No,
how far is it between the 20th and?
What about setting a snow date of the next night, Tuesday? Just in case.
Now, 1 second. Do you have the bylaws right here? Do you have your copy of the bylaws? I didn't bring mine. It does say in our bylaws,
Normally, we have it the third Tuesday,
no, that's not what I'm talking
I mean, the
about.
third Monday. But
You can call a special meeting.
It talked about people can call in.
Yes, that's another way of doing it, is we can have people call in and it's still counted.
That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I recall that in the meeting the other day.
So what we could do, if the weather doesn't look good, is we have a go-to meeting number that we could give folks and they could call in.
It'll only accommodate 25.
Well,
Right, so I mean, I'm just saying.
If it's a bad night, it's gonna be almost impossible for even the officers to hold this. And to have the stenographer here. And at that point in time, you just can't predict.
well, we just got to do the best we can do. I
That's why
can't,
I'm suggesting a Tuesday night snow day,
okay?
and hope it doesn't snow for a week steady.
We're all from the north country, we can make it happen. Snow. Except Walt will be working.
I remember the blizzard of '70s.
All right.
Okay, so 12/12 is the date. The snow date will be the 13th. We will send something out in the next couple days for you to please put it on your calendar. I realize you may not have your calendars here in front of you, so if you know there's a conflict, the sooner you can let us know, the better. Again, we will also set up the go-to meeting where people could phone in. The stenographer is already set for the 12th. I don't know. The 13th, I've got to make sure that the law firm I got to make sure the stenographer is available for the 13th, so I'll make that call tomorrow. So if they're not available, then 12th is it, so.
Can I ask that everybody please respond so we ensure that we have a quorum? I didn't get responses from everybody. This last one that I sent out.
Yeah, Article 6, meeting and voting. Number 7, each member must be present to vote, no proxy vote. Members may be considered present via teleconference, video conference, or other legal means. So we can do that if we need to. Is that it, Ron, for CON?
Yeah.
Ken, anything for
I
air
can't think of
medical?
anything else tonight.
Not aware of any more coming in right now, right?
No. That could change tomorrow morning, but,
Ken, air medical.
No meeting, no report.
The other committee report is bylaw committee. We've met twice on the bylaws. We've gotten all the way through them. The committee will be looking at the old and the new. The hope is to hand them out so that we can then get them voted on as well. So let me see, Bobby Simpson, Ron Smith, Debbie Foltz and I have been working on them. And again, we've gotten all the way through them, and I'll be writing up putting next to the old, the new changes so everybody can see what we're proposing. But we've added quite a bit and tried to spell out things so that it's spelled out so people know how things should proceed.
mostly spelling out stuff.
Committee reports. Charlie?
Not much to report, stuff, everything's, classes are going well. We got one going in Clayton, we got another one going across the hall. You're doing refresher in South Jeff.
CFR itself, Jeff.
CFR, sorry. We have a couple courses starting in Lewis County in the near future, and CFR will be scheduled for the spring. Scratch rate for October was up a little bit, 3.19. Other than that, you might keep on.
Any questions for Charlie on the Jefferson County report? Carol, St. Lawrence County.
Our last meeting, we met with the fire board and we formed a combined committee, 3 on each, to discuss ways and programs that we can use to rehab at incidences of fires or something major where the fire department is liable to have some injuries or maybe smoke inhalation, having checking them quick. So they're working on that, and on the 15th of December, we're supposed to meet as a combined again to see how that's working out.
Carol, I'll forward you, I did one for Southern Jefferson County, and I'll forward it to you so you can take a look at it.
Thank you. Yeah. Actually, Chris Adams, is chair of that. And we're meeting, as far as I know, we're still meeting in January with the legislature, just to discuss problems and some of the issues that we're having as far as EMS within the and maybe some things that we can do. Leadership, leadership meetings are still going really strong. The last meeting, it was really well attended. So the next one is December 27th. And we're still needing representatives from 3 of our hospitals, and we have no physician representative on board.
Questions for Carol in St. Lawrence County? Bob McKenzie, Lewis.
The 2 agencies that are delinquent in their narcotics are currently working with the agencies independently. The pharmacist at the Lewis County General has put this on the express plan because she's about to take maternity leave, so she's highly motivated to get this done before she goes on maternity leave. So hopefully this will work out well. Charlie already mentioned the BLS classes. Thanks to the 2 agencies that are hosting that, Search and Rescue and Harrisville. I think it's actually going to be nice to have the 2 classes running simultaneously. It'll give some options for our county. We're working on a new protocol for dispatchers. At our last EMS council meeting, it was recommended and suggested that we have a on-scene 5-minute status check protocol for ambulances when they're on scene. We're just dipping our feet in the water right now, and we'll see how this is going to work out. Hopefully it does. I see nothing but benefit from it because we have a changing world that we live in, and keeping people safe when there's only 2 people on a rig is very important. So stay tuned to see how that protocol works out. Our BLS in-service protocol has been working fairly well. Strax rates are going down, but there's still room for improvement. That's it.
Any questions for Bob on Lewis County? Old business, Fort Drum Trauma Training Day. Got scratched because we didn't get it filled, and that was really sad because that's an excellent opportunity to see what's on the cutting edge and to go to the Sim Center and everything. Any other old business from the floor? Any other old business?
Deb, I don't know if it's old or new, but I know everybody here was emailed a copy of the county MCI plan. I received very few comments. So it must be everybody loves it. Because nobody sent me any comments other than you, a couple other people, but it must be a very good plan.
Either dazzle us or baffle us, one of the 2.
I gave him comments.
If you have any thoughts on it, please send them as soon as you can, because I want to wrap this up, put it out.
New business, there seems to be some confusion out there about the advanced EMT, and there's some folks that have been told by their agencies that that is going away. The advanced EMT is not going away. That meets the national standard and curriculum. So if you hear somebody say, well, the advanced EMT is going away, please correct them. The advanced is not going away. We had a critical care tag call today, and we continue to work on that. And no determination has been made on the critical care, but I don't know if people are getting the AEMT confused with the EMTCC, but if you hear somebody say, oh, don't take an advanced class because it's going away, that is not the case. So please try to dispel those rumors out there. Other new business. This has got to be a record. Any other new business? Can I get a motion to close?
Make a motion, we adjourn the meeting.
I'll second it.
Say, see you December 12th.
Please look at your calendar.